Hello everyone. Today in this video we'll see about the second part of waste management, that is about the classification of healthcare waste and other waste. So we have two different classification. The first one was given by WHO, which has been classified into infectious waste. Infectious waste are those which contain pathogens. For an example, laboratory cultures, waste from isolation wards, tissues, materials, and all those which we use that are infected. And pathological waste. Pathological waste are human tissues and fluids which are excretas from our human body parts, bloods, and all the other fluids, fecus, and all those matters. Then the sharps. Sharps includes needles, knives, blades, all those sharp instruments are considered under sharps. And we have pharmaceutical waste. Those are waste that contain pharmaceuticals like drugs, mercuries, and all those things are pharmaceutical waste. Genotoxic waste, like waste that contain genotoxic materials like cytostatic drugs, genotoxic chemicals that are harmful to humans if consumed or if touched. Then chemical waste. Waste which contains chemical substances like laboratory reagents, film developers, disinfectants that are no longer needed and which are supposed to be discarded. Those things are considered under chemical waste. And then we have waste with high content of heavy metals like batteries, blood pressure gauges, thermometers, and all those things are waste with high content of heavy metals, which is also classified under this category. So this is the classification given by WHO, which includes pressurized containers and radioactive waste as well. The next classification was given by USA, which was a part of a Center for Disease Control classification as well, which includes microbiological waste, sharps, again human blood, blood products, and body fluids. Same thing which has been given by WHO, but it is classified into in a different manner. That's all. Animal waste wasn't there. Pathological waste, again cytotoxic waste, radioactive waste, communicable disease isolation waste. As such, for an example, we have a virus. We have some virus which is spreading at a particular point of time, and we do some kind of tests or something, some management process where we treat that particular disease. In that case, the materials or the things which are used to treat or which is in contact with that particular virus comes under this communicable disease isolation waste. So we have seen two different categories or classification of waste, healthcare waste. Now we are going to see about the sources of healthcare waste. So we have biomedical waste. Biomedical waste means any waste which is generated during the diagnosis, treatment, or immunization of human drugs or animals, or in research activities pertaining thereto, or in the production or testing of biologicals. Those are called as biomedical waste. And apart from biomedical waste, we have other waste which are generated through government hospitals, private nursing homes, and then clinics, either dental clinics or medical clinic, and then the dispensaries, small polyclinics, primary healthcare centers majorly, medical research and training institutions or establishments, mortuaries, and blood banks or collection centers. All these places, they generate biomedical waste. And we also have animal houses, slaughterhouses, laboratories, research organization, vaccination centers, biotechnology institutions, or production units. All these places, they generate biomedical waste. So all these things are listed. Then the health hazards of healthcare waste. So what could happen if we are exposed to those waste, and if those wastes are not properly treated, what will happen to the human beings or animals or anybody, any living organism? What will happen to those people if these healthcare wastes are not properly managed or treated? So exposure to hazardous healthcare waste can result in disease or injury due to one or more of the following characteristics, such as it contains, since it contains infectious agents, it can be it will spread to one after another, and it contains toxic or hazardous chemical or pharmaceuticals. It also contains sharps, so which can harm anybody if it is by mistake, if anybody touches it. It is also genotoxic and radioactive, which is again harmful. And so these are all the healthcare waste hazards. Now we have various categories of waste generated in different department of dental hospitals. Now it is pertaining to, so far we have seen a generalized the classification. Now it's about how the waste are generated and how it is supposed to be categorized in a dental setup. We have before moving on to that, we have two major acts that have been passed by the government and which is still in force. The first one is the Environment Protection Act, which came into force in 1986. The central government shall have the power to take all necessary measures as it deems necessary or expedient for the purpose of protecting and improving the quality of environment and controlling and abating environment pollution. Environment, this is basically about environment pollutant and controlling it. Okay. The next act is biomedical waste management in India. We have biomedical waste, as we all know that it's a strict stringent rule which has to be we have to abide by it, even if we are a clinical practitioner or an institution has to abide by this. Biomedical waste management and handling rules came into force 1998. It was prescribed by Ministry of Environment and Forest, Government of India, yes. And this rule applies to those who generate, collect, revise, store, dispose, treat or handle biomedical waste in any manner. All those people who are involved in these processes should follow or abide by this rule. So that is biomedical waste management and handling rules. So moving on to the categories of biomedical waste, the type and the treatment and disposal options. We have seen the color coded bins everywhere. So based, we have category based on which type of waste or category should be put into which color bin. In that way we have for 3 to 4 colors: yellow, blue, black, red, white and all. And majorly this is just a gist, and we have various, it keeps getting upgraded, they the biomedical waste disposal gets updated every time, so we should follow that updated rules and schedule. Okay, this is the original version under the rule 1998. This has been upgraded, but this is a gist of it which all of us should be aware of. So we have human anatomical waste, animal waste, microbiology and biotechnology waste, which can be put into yellow or red color bins, and waste sharps can be thrown into blue or white translucent bins. Discarded medicines or cytotoxic waste should be handled by black color bins. Soiled waste should be in yellow or red. So this yellow or red, when we have options like this, so it is the choices by the person. And moving on to the Central Pollution Control Board, we have seen this particular word in the previous slide also. This Central Pollution Control Board has given these reputations and used an convenient disposable method as follows: yellow for a human anatomical waste for all the body parts and everything, red for solid waste, cotton, gauges, bandages and all those things, blue for plastics and rubber disposables.